I now like to recognize my friend from Tennessee, the gentleman, Mr. Green, is also a K2 veteran, and he is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Lynch and Ranking Member Grothman, for holding this hearing, and I want to thank our witnesses for testifying today. Chairman Lynch, I especially am grateful for you and for all the time and effort that you've put into getting to the bottom of this. With 16,000 K2 veterans out there, we appreciate your effort and are closer today to some answers because of you. I think everybody on the committee knows that I flew through K2 as a Night Stalker. It is deeply unsettling that 2 decades later, others who were there are now battling cancer with no answer about a service connection. DOD and the VA really should know by now. As a doctor who had to do substantial research while earning my medical degree, I'm fully aware of the need for these studies to be thorough and scientific, but if we can create 2 groundbreaking messenger RNA coronavirus vaccines in less than a year, we can certainly study health effects on K2 troops from thoroughly researched toxins that we know the effects of and have known the effects of for many, many years. I don't want to point the finger at our witnesses here today. I know this was a problem long before they got to the jobs, but these veterans need help, and they need it now. The VA motto is to care for him who shall have borne the battle. We're grateful for all the steps you're taking and are counting on you guys to ensure these men and women are treated fairly. We cannot leave them, my brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters, as Dr. Hastings has said she served as well, behind. My first question revolves around some recently published information. CBS did a special. Catherine Herridge interviewed senior intelligence community member Mike Lechner. He was there at the time and conducted the assessments of K2. In your written testimonies, you mentioned that radiation was possibly not all that high, but Mr. Lechner claims quite differently, saying that he saw readings of 7 to 9 times higher than normal. He determined that there was yellow cake present, which neither written testimonies mentioned. He was even handed a bag of it, he said, in his comments to CBS. He also notes that there was arsenic and cyanide, which, again, neither testimony mentions. I'd just like to, yes or no from either of you, was there yellow cake at K2?
This is Dr. Dave Smith. The answer is we did not find any evidence of yellow cake. Initially, on the first survey that was done, it was indicated that it was uranium material. On further analysis, as you know, some of those things can't be determined in the field, but on further analysis, it was determined that it was oxidizing depleted uranium. So no, there was not yellow cake. It is certainly possible that he was in the first tranche of surveyors and then did not hear about the subsequent results. Over.
Just for clarification, when we're talking about yellow cake, we're talking about unprocessed uranium or lower level processed uranium. Is that what we're talking about?
We're talking about depleted uranium. Yellow cake is actually enriched, or it's an old term that was basically would be part of where you're trying to enhance the characteristics of uranium. Over.
Yeah, it's a precursor to a weapon, right?
That's right.
Dr. Hastings, your awareness of any yellow cake at the site?
Again, in looking at the information that was there, there was uranium. The supposition was it was yellow cake, but it was not. It was rusting or oxidizing depleted uranium. So yellow cake was not there.
All right, thank you for sharing that. Dr. Hastings, in your written statement, you encourage veterans to receive the DU urine testing, and I'm not suggesting that this is your fault, but I have a document from the VA, from one of my constituents who actually went to the VA, and in reading over the document from the VA on explaining what happened at K2 and the potential risks that those veterans are exposed to, it seems to me, and I can get you a copy of it, it seems to me to sort of downplay the need for these veterans to get the DU urine test. I'd like to know from you that there's a commitment that every veteran who asks for that test gets that test.
Yes, when a veteran asks for that test, we have a depleted uranium center. The test is done by the Joint Pathology Center or done by the CDC. Veterans can come in and get that test. As I said, the 6,500 that we have done for people that were exposed in Gulf War, and the 37, of which 25 have been completed, all have been negative except for 5 from the first Gulf War, and that was related to shrapnel. And they were negative, so I believe that most of them...
I understand that your sample size is such that it is, but in the document that I saw, it seemed to discourage, it seemed to tell the VA staff how to discourage veterans from requesting the test. I just want to make...
I would like to see that because
sure.
I would not discourage it.
Okay.
I would like to see it. I would not discourage it. In fact, we encourage it because peace of mind is important.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
The gentleman yields back.